There's an old saying. I think I heard it when I was about in the 8th grade. I think it's a quote by Julius Caesar, who said, "The people who cheer you today in that giant parade will cheer just as loud when you're being led to have your head cut off in a codified manner." Now, what the code says about everything that I think that I'm hearing basically is, since this is basically a race issue, a color issue, this contest between the white supremacists and their victims, all victims of racism, meaning the black people of the planet, we are the victims of racism, white supremacy. No white person is a victim of white supremacy, and there is no such thing as black supremacy, so that's out of the window altogether. So therefore, if there are any white people, period, anywhere on the planet, criticizing a black person for anything, and I want to repeat this, if there's any white person anywhere on the planet at this moment criticizing a black person for anything, I would say to that white person, according to the code, we are your children. If there are white people who are criticizing Mr. Newton, criticizing him for what? Because, like I said just a minute ago, and I'm not talking about all white people, I'm talking about the white people who believe in white supremacy, of which there are millions of them, and they are the smartest and most powerful people on this planet. Now, let's look at the logic here. If they're criticizing one of their victims, which in this case would be Mr. Cam Newton, they're criticizing their illegitimate child, because that's what all black people are under the system of white supremacy. We are the illegitimate children, been beaten into submission. We are the abused children of the system of white supremacy. So, if you're talking about how these children, including myself, are acting in any situation, look at the teacher, because it is you, the white supremacists of this planet, who have been our greatest teacher since you captured us and made us prisoners of war all over this planet. And then you're going to pick out one or two of us and say, look at your behavior. Just look at you. This, you don't know how to act. Well, we don't know how to act because of what? Who has been teaching us? Who taught us? If you say we are arrogant, who taught us to be arrogant? You're talking about when you take over an entire people based on color and dominate and mistreat them for centuries and go around writing books and bragging about it, who's arrogant? And if we picked up some of that arrogance, who was our teacher? Need to stop and use some logic of, well, if you don't, we will.